Welcome everybody to another episode of Anime Lounge Short Flights. Today we are going to be covering episode 3 of season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. As always, we are brought to you by the Anime Show. Make sure to check them out on Facebook and Instagram. Check out all that awesome anime goodness that they have on there. Lance, can you just kind of remind us what happened in this episode real fast?
Yep. In today's episode, we really just get a nice little battle between Gojo and Toji Fushiguro. And awesome battle, really interesting stuff going on. And then it concludes with something very shocking that I don't think anybody really saw coming.
Yeah, no. At least anybody who didn't read the manga, there's no way you could have seen that coming.
Oh, God,
Anybody
no.
who says they saw that coming is lying, at least in that manner, because they were going to leave, and then Toji just straight up shoots her in the head, and she is done. Like
Yeah, dude.
no revival, no even attempts, just straight cold, eyes blank out.
Yeah, duck, duck, goose, boom, you're gone. No, I was watching this at work and I audibly yelled out, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Oh man!" I get shocked in anime often, but like I think that is pretty much on the top, which honestly did not see coming at all.
Yes. Unfortunately, I knew it was happening. I did really enjoy it. They stayed absolutely true to it. I love Gato's face when
Oh yeah,
because he wasn't expecting it. And the reason why he wasn't expecting it, Gojo talks about it. I don't know if you heard it, but he has no jujutsu sorcery power. So
curse powers.
yes. So basically, they all use that cursed energy to be able to tell where each other are.
Yep.
And he doesn't have any. So he can completely come in cold, like he did, and just, well, in this case, straight up just shoot somebody.
Right. I don't know about you, but when that scene happened, like, of course, everything was going in slow motion, and boom, Rico gets shot, and then Gato's face was like stone cold straight for a second, and it like because it was in slow motion, it took him like 2 3 seconds to actually react to it. So for a quick second, I was like, "Oh shit, is this planned? Is this where he starts to become evil and stuff like that?" But no, he totally reacts, and he was shocked, and he was upset, and he summoned his minions to go get ready to attack. But so I just had that quick moment.
Yeah, for a second, you 100% could have thought, oh, this is where he goes evil. That makes all the sense. They actually were in cohesion together.
Mhm.
And this is basically a nice little bow on where Gojo kind of goes good and Gato goes evil. Well, that's not how it goes. So,
Not yet, at least.
yes, at least this isn't what is the overlying factor for everything. So, definitely was super well done, and I love how just all right, it's here, it's done. This is what happens. Just straight up shock factor. And yeah, it was very well done. I do like the fight between Gojo and Toji. I thought that was super good.
Definitely. Yeah, it was it was shocking. His last name is Fushiguro. We definitely kind of expect him to be Megami's father, especially after episode 2, where he's like, "Oh, I have a son. I don't even know who he is, or whatever." And Megami, he can summon the shadow dog, the puppets. So why couldn't his dad? So I'm kind of curious on that part right now too. If he's
Well,
got no cursed powers.
yeah, so he's got no cursed power, so he can't summon anything. They make mention how he is in a contract with that cursed spirit, so that's how he's getting the divine blessing, as Gojo said. Just like Maki, who has no cursed um, spiritual pressure, spiritual energy as well. So they're kind of equal with each other. They
Yep.
have to fight using uh,
Cursed
cursed
weapons.
objects. Yes.
Cursed objects. Yeah, that's the better word.
So That there's nothing. Toji gets to use nothing as far as abilities are concerned, minus
Right.
the speed and strength and stuff. But that's not through his own abilities.
Right. So yeah, like when Toji and Gojo were fighting, I was starting to think of Toto, the big muscular guy from the first season. Like he was just physically amazing and fast at everything. But we're seeing Toji here. He's moving like faster than a ninja, zipping through these trees. And not only that, but like Gojo sent him flying through multiple buildings, and he came out unscathed. And yet
Yep.
he's sitting here without cursed power. So like, how is he really protecting himself?
Yeah, it'll be super interesting to find out more about his. We'll just call it abilities to make it easy because it's not actually abilities, but what else would you call it if it's not abilities? So that's
Right.
just what I'm gonna call it. And I want to know more because, like in theory, Toji should have absolutely no chance against Gojo.
Yeah. Right. But then we come to find out, just like in episode 2, they were Toji was saying, I'm gonna wear him out, and this is how I beat him. And today's episode, we got to find out exactly how he wore him out. It was a little bit of a I, I don't want to say cheap, but it was a little bit more of like a physically appropriate way to do it. And it's just because Gojo was, sleep deprived. He was 2 days plus of no sleep. So he was tired. He wasn't, super aware of everything. And like we mentioned earlier, he doesn't have curse energy. So they couldn't detect him when he came into the school's barrier. So,
That and he waited. So basically, he stacked those events on top of each other. Basically, did everything he should do to wait until the very last moment when Gojo will let down his guard.
yep.
They got back to Jujutsu High, so they knew they were going to be okay. So they just kind of relaxed for a second. Then, as soon as he exhaled, he gets stabbed. So I thought
Yeah.
that was, I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. And dude just in the end doesn't just get stabbed. He gets fucking murked, slashed, and mutilated. Gojo's sitting there laying there like a sorry mess. Does not see that coming out of Gojo.
Unfortunately, we know he's going to live. Don't
Oh
know
yeah.
how he's going to live, but we know he's going to live. Just because this is obviously in the past. We did find out to confirm what we were thinking. So they're third year students at this point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I kind of overlooked that.
Yep. Um, which we do get a character reference of Nanami. So we get to see first year Nanami. So he's the
Oh,
business
I
guy.
totally. Now that you're saying his name out loud like that, like I know we saw the two characters like that were getting all I don't know. They're waiting on Gojo's on his word. Like we have to like keep it around this place. Oh, he wants to
Yep.
stay another day, and he's like, oh. And now that I
Yep.
think about it, it's totally him.
Yep. Yep. Nanami.
Well, he's getting his
And
overtime in.
I don't know if he has that ability yet because he
Probably
doesn't
not.
know what real work is at this point. He's only a first year student, so
That's true.
let's hope he doesn't know what overtime means in
So
as far as
early on,
work is concerned.
right?
But then, I mean, the, I really did love the fight between Gojo and Toji. I thought it was so visually well done. You
Hmm.
got to see more Gojo just kind of being. He's very inexperienced at this point, and I think it's really good to see.
Yep. Yeah, we saw in the last episode that he couldn't even fully. Yeah, it was the last of yeah episode 2. Yeah, he couldn't necessarily finish one of his attacks because everything wasn't perfected. But at least we got to see in this episode he used his blue powers, and that's how he like took out all those other homes so that Toji couldn't hide and surprise him. But he ended up bringing out those fly heads to come back and disguise him anyway. So
Yeah, it was very, very well done. And then, of course, you're seeing blood just go everywhere. Him getting stabbed a bunch of times. So good. I can't wait for next episode because now we get to see Gato fight him, and I don't think we've really seen Gato fight.
not too much. I mean, We know he can really just sick his curse blobs that he's accumulated on others. So I'm curious to see more of that. I would like to see more of his fighting abilities.
Yeah, so stay tuned for next week, and we'll get to talk about Gato's fight with Toji. Please subscribe to us, drop us a like on this episode. Let us know what you think of us and of Jujutsu. Love to hear your feedback. Please also check out the anime show on Facebook and Instagram. Give them a follow, and have a good one, everyone.
Later, guys.